That's me and my husband as kids. We grew up, got married, and had a kid of our own. Pregnancy flew by, and in months I was holding my beautiful baby girl. With help from God and support from family and friends, we made it through the sleepless nights and celebrated the precious milestones. I'd love to take you on the journey with me as I juggle being a wife, stay-at-home mom, and working in the fashion and entertainment industry. It's only the beginning, and it's only reality. Hello, and welcome to the very first episode of It's Only Reality. This is my husband Jerrell, and we wanted to just tell you a little bit about our beautiful family and just give you kind of a background on us. We met back in 2008. I was living in Hawaii at the time, and he's from California, so one of our mutual friends introduced us. I was out to California on a trip, and then she introduced us, so we started talking on MySpace when MySpace was cool. At the time, I was supposed to be producing a documentary for the artist that we were traveling with. And there was an art show in Hawaii that was happening later that year, and he was supposed to be coming out and traveling, and that was our first time when he came to Hawaii that we got to sit down and like really hang out. We had burgers. It was like fantastic. We watched a movie. I took him to the airport, and then once that was all done, I was like, yeah, I think this is a really great guy. I don't know if we're gonna be something, but I'm kind of interested. We'll just see what God does. So then you went back to California, and then you cried a bunch because you missed me.
I cried into a pillow on the airplane back and all the way the rest of my days. I think if I track my phone history and emails, we talked every day since I came back from that trip, I believe.
Yeah, either through text or email or MySpace, it was always like some sort of back and forth. So September is 2008 is when we first started talking a lot more, and then it wasn't until the following January 2009, on his birthday, actually, I told him that he was my boyfriend, and that's when we were officially...
Happy birthday to me.
Yes. That's when we were officially dating. Yay! And then it was still long distance, so we flew back and forth probably every other month. So his poor wallet took quite a hit. So we started dating January 2009, remember? And then
I remember.
And then September of 2009 we actually got married, September 12th, which was almost exactly a year to the date where we first sat down, had burgers, watched a movie, and went to the airport to drop him off. And
Wasn't it like a year from the day we got engaged, I think, right? Was it like the 9th?
Yeah, so that's a long story, but we were engaged for 3 days before we got married. So the engagement was exactly a year from our first unofficial date. 3 days later we were married, and then for 3 months, September, October, November, December, yeah, we were long distance married. I was like shipping boxes. So if any of you guys out there have been in a long distance relationship, comment below and kind of tell us like what that was like for you if one of you had to relocate, leave everything behind, and just become one with this person. So you can talk about the whole first couple weeks or months of me living in California and how that was for you to just like get a mail order bride and start your whole life.
Because you were actually in one of those 5 boxes, the last one, I think. No, I was pretty heavily working on an animated project, so the impact was less on me because I obviously already lived here, and then I was working a lot of the time, so it was much less than for you.
Yeah, so for me, a little background on me. I am an actress, a model, singer, dancer, filmmaker, all these other things. So in Hawaii, I was like getting it done. I was in fashion shows, I was like working on an album, like I had like all this stuff going on, but then everything kind of stopped, and I was like, all the things I'm doing, I can do in California and get paid and like be with the love of my life. So the first couple weeks I was like, what have I done? So it was the excitement of like, hey, I'm like working on music videos, I'm in commercials, I'm like doing fashion shows and photo shoots and all this stuff, living my dreams basically. But our whole like getting adjusted period was very difficult for me because I really didn't have any family. I had like no friends. It took me a while actually to get like my first really good friend. I think it was like a year or so when I first got connected with people that I met and not just his friends. And then from there, you know, we've both been working. I don't know if you mentioned what you do.
Yeah, I don't think I did either. So I do pretty much anything that would fit or fall under the umbrella of visual arts. At the time I was working on an animated feature film. I've been doing a lot of comics, illustrated stuff, some motion graphics, graphic design, a lot of concept art and storyboards also for projects and pitching things. So all that kind of stuff. I'm moving more into more film and video production lately.
And I will say that's one of the amazing things about our relationship. Besides our faith in God, which is the #1 thing in our lives, both of us are professionals in the entertainment industry. So we're used to like, hey, I have a 16-hour day on set. Like, he's not upset about it. Or like, hey, you just get a real job already. And for me, I'm just like, hey, I understand if you have to cram, you know, this project that was supposed to be done already, you have 3 more days to go and you're hardly sleeping. I don't really see you, but I know that eventually this will be over, so I have to be very understanding. Both of us have to be very understanding, especially now having a baby. It's like, okay, good thing he works from home, I work from home, and both of us do have things outside where we have to go to meetings or rehearsals or different things. But fortunately, we just have flexibility, so it works for us. So that's a little bit of background on us. And now our daughter, she's almost 2. The parenthood journey has been very interesting. A lot of people will say like, oh, children strain your marriage, like basically say goodbye to date night or like intimacy. But for me, seeing him as a father actually helped me to be more appreciative, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like he's an amazing friend, amazing husband, how could it get any better? And then you add a baby and it's just like, oh my gosh, like he's so amazing. I think he fell into fatherhood like way easier, way quicker, adjusted more than I did, you know, as a mother. And I thought it would be like, oh, I love babies, like give me a baby, I'm gonna help the baby, I'm gonna nurse the baby, I'm gonna swaddle the baby, and I'm just gonna know what to do. But it's just like, oh no, like I'm going crazy and I don't know like what's happening to my body and all this stuff. So he was just like the solid, peaceful, even keel rock when I was just like this.
What is that?
My emotions were just like ping, 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 ping. So that's kind of our story. We'd love to hear your story, or if you have any more questions for us. Like, it's a lot of details to include in one kind of video, but I did want to just introduce us first as a couple and as a family, and you'll see more of us. He'll be in my videos, and he's very supportive, and we are very happy to share this experience with you guys. Okay, bye-bye!
I'm kind of spreading out to a bunch of different. I'm sure. So I'm sure the adjustment for me.
So we met. Gosh, my nose.